Testing 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're about good here in the booth. We're going to make sure everything's all settled here for us here in the broadcast booth. But I think our settings and everything look good. We did a lot of tests earlier on. We think we're going to do well tonight here in the broadcast booth. Matt Venezia bringing it to you guys here at Ashburn Ice House for tonight's NVSHL quarterfinals between the Stonebridge Bulldogs and your Battlefield Bobcats. It's going to be a great contest tonight. Battlefield, one of 3 teams that was awarded the first round bye, so that's why the Bobcats were not in action last Friday. But these very Stonebridge Bulldogs were in action, and they played McLean on Friday night and came away with a 7-2 win. The Bulldogs earning themselves a bid in tonight's quarterfinals here against Battlefield, and depending on the rest of the remaining teams, that's how it got sorted out. But the number 3 seed Battlefield Bobcats and the 6 seed Stonebridge Bulldogs, obviously the number in front of the teams does not matter. It's all about how they play tonight. We're happy to be in the broadcast booth to bring it to you guys here today. As you can see, the Zambonis on the ice right now as the Broad Run Yorktown game ran a little late, so they're getting to that right now. And if I had to give you an estimate, probably about 10 more minutes till the opening puck drop, but we're glad we have everybody here in the broadcast with us. The winner gets a date on Wednesday in the NVSHL semifinals. And should be pretty exciting stuff to have here in the broadcast booth. And we'll go over the lines here for you guys for Battlefield as we have some time here. On line 1 for Battlefield at the center spot, Bennett Jacan. To his left and right, it's Jason Brady and Connor Frazier. Arguably the most productive Bobcats here working that top line. A good decision there by head coach Dave Ramos to have the top 3 guys there. On the second line for Battlefield, it's Peyton Ramos, and to his left and right, Sean Hoffman and Vincent Nguyen. So another quick line there put together by Coach Ramos. One thing we did notice here with these lines, he's definitely getting a lot of third and fourth line players mixed interchangeably so that every single line has some sort of danger to it, some sort of, stud that can definitely help carry the line, and it's definitely a nice mix shuffled cards here, if you will. The third line, Jack Wagner is going to take the center spot. To his left and right, Garrett Jacan and Tyler Shappy. And on the fourth line at center, it's going to be Peter Grigorovich, Blake Morris at the left wing spot, and Aiden Bennick Britton at home on the right wing. Defense for Battlefield, the first line is going to be Nikolai Chernitsky and Reese Getz. Second line, Chris Shannon and Grant Wagner. And the third line, Brendan Green and Kevin Brady. So behind all that action, in goal tonight for Battlefield, it's the sophomore Bella Gold getting inside the pipes for Battlefield tonight, looking to hold it down for the Bobcats. And behind her tonight, it'll be the senior Jacob Hubert. So a big decision for the sophomore to get the nod in net tonight. Obviously, that's a big spot. This is the first playoff game of the season. Obviously, Battlefield's had a lot of time off, and the goaltending situation's still kind of up in the air. So it's definitely a good, confident move for Bella. That should help, hopefully, keep her calm in net, and, the big decision to be in net tonight. We're hoping we're bringing it to you well tonight, guys, as the Zam is kind of making its last few runs around. But we'll bring you inside the broadcast booth here real quick, show you what you're working with here. Inside the booth, Matt Venezia bringing it to you guys here tonight. Let's fix that for you. It's going to be an exciting one here in the broadcast booth, obviously here at Ashburn Ice House. The winner moves on to Wednesday's semifinal. We'll be here for that should the Bobcats move on to that. But we're very excited to be here. We're glad you guys could tune in. And, we're in for some good hockey tonight. Should be very exciting. The guys feel fired up, obviously having to wait around a little bit. Definitely get the nerves going a little bit, but once the guys hit the ice for the first puck drop of the game, I'm sure they're going to be all right. So that Broad Run Yorktown game, the Spartans were able to get the win 6-4, an empty net goal at the end, clinching it. So the number 2 seed in the tournament stays alive, and that could potentially be a Battlefield opponent depending on the other side of the bracket. So that'll be something to watch. They played very quick. They definitely had a lot of shots. They're a good offensive team. They had 46 shots to the Yorktown 12 by the time that game ended. So Broad Run, obviously one of the better teams, earning that first round bye in the 2 seed over Battlefield. The Bobcats come into tonight's game 7-2-1 on the season. Obviously in the regular season coming off a loss against Patriot near the end, and then a game that didn't matter against O'Connell. So the Bobcats are kind of looking to find their stride here. Obviously a lot of these athletes on the team playing for their upper Piedmont teams and Team Maryland's and whatnot. So they definitely it's not like they've been out of hockey for about 3 weeks. No, they've been putting in the work, especially the majority of these guys play with each other on the same travel team, so you got to assume the chemistry is still going to be there. But I'm sure, the first period, once that goes by and the guys got their legs under them, it should be pretty exciting. But once again, guys, tonight's NVSHL state quarterfinals should be an awesome game here tonight. We're happy to bring it to you guys here at Ashburn. And the crowd gathering here tonight for tonight's contest should be very good. And if you're not here at Ashburn, we're more than happy to bring it to you guys. And, the fans starting to gather around. So we'll bring it out to you guys here in a second. We'll head to a quick break, show you some highlights of the rest of the Battlefield sports. Is today a very important day in Battlefield history. The 2019-2020 spring season tryouts got underway today. Every single of our 9 spring teams looking to field the best athletes that they can to hopefully make a deep run. And we got some good spring teams and a good team here for hockey that's stretched their season into the spring season. So that's always good. We'll take a break here in the booth on the Battlefield Sports Network.
Left. It's gone.
And we're back here in the broadcast booth. Matt Venezia bringing it to you today here at the Ashburn Ice House. The officials now on the ice and getting everything set. We'll show you what we got here. The Bulldogs lining up here to my right, about ready to hit the ice, and they'll have about 3 minutes for warm-ups, and then we're getting right into this thing. Obviously running a little late here, about 15 to 20 minutes behind schedule. That broad run game took a little while, and here they come. The Bobcats are on the ice, rocking the white sweaters, the Battlefield Bobcats, and to our right, over here, the Stonebridge Bulldogs. Should be an awesome one here tonight in this quarterfinals, the NVSHL quarterfinals, coming to you live here from Ashburn, Virginia. It'll be the sophomore Bella Golden net for Battlefield, and on the other side, number 69, Andrew Isaacson for the Bulldogs. Fans, if you've been anticipating this matchup, we have been too. We appreciate everybody checking in right now. 31 viewers. We hope to get a lot more here as this thing rolls along. If you guys remember the playoffs last year, obviously our stream quality wasn't too great. We've made a lot of upgrades, so we're happy to bring it to you guys with a scoreboard, timer, and all that. So you're going to be in the know of the game just as much as us here at the rink. So it should be an awesome one. The Bobcats and the Bulldogs, as it'll be Battlefield rocking the white and purple sweaters tonight. And on the other side, the Bulldogs going with the navy blue and light blue on top. As Battlefield considered the home team here in the playoffs, so the home team in the NVSHL wears the white sweaters, and that the away team, the road team, wears their colored jerseys. So they're just getting Bella loosened up here, and then we are going to be ready to go. So as we mentioned, the winner will move on to the semifinals, and that would come on Wednesday. And then the state championship would be Friday evening. Obviously, a lot has to happen before that mark for Battlefield and for every team still in it. So it should be a doozy here. We're very excited for the opportunity. And there's about a minute left on the clock, and then we're going to get this contest underway. We've been waiting on it for a long time, and a lot of Bobcats fans here faithfully coming out and supporting. You got to love that. And the guys just getting loose right now. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast. We're going to be ready to go here in about a minute. Get ready. It's going to be a loud, fun one, and Battlefield looking to move on throughout the playoffs, but first they have Stonebridge in their way. The Bulldogs led by Brandon Brooks, hat trick that he had Friday evening against McLean. He also tallied an assist on the night, leading his Bulldogs with 4 points on the day. He's obviously the star of the night to watch for the Bulldogs. And he's rocking number 61. Let's see if we can find him out there. Keep an eye right here, coming around the right side of your screen now over the middle. Brandon Brooks is definitely going to be someone we want to watch here tonight, as I'm sure his name will be all over the score sheet. And, you know, it's going to be a good one. Battlefield and Stonebridge. Battlefield holding the number 3 seed in the standings, and the Bulldogs holding the 6. So the Bobcats getting that first round bye should be interesting to see. You know, a team like Stonebridge that had to play a few days ago, Battlefield has been off for a little bit. But obviously all these athletes play hockey, as we mentioned earlier, so it's not too much as they're obviously involved in other sports, or their other teams. So everyone's huddling up. We'll flash the screen over there, and then we're ready to go. We are excited. We've been waiting a long time for this one, and hopefully if things go well, we'll be back here on Wednesday evening to bring it to you again. Here on the other side, the Bulldogs look to be ready to go. We'll get it to center ice, and then the Battlefield Bobcats and the Stonebridge Bulldogs are going to get underway. Usually we get music going on right now, but, you know, not really sure why we're not. 33 viewers right now. Guys, we appreciate everyone tuning in the broadcast tonight. Spread the word. Let us know in the comments how you're watching tonight. I always love to interact with the fans and get a feel of where you guys are watching the game and your thoughts of the game. You know, when it goes to intermission for the few minutes that they have off, you know, we can do a little breakdown and analysis of what we see. I like to get involved with the crowd. So you see Jason there giving a nice little wave, rocking the A for Battlefield. Jason Brady's going to be all over the score sheet tonight. I can bet my money on that, so we'll see. But Battlefield looks ready to go. The Bobcats, as we mentioned, show on that top line. Bennett Jacon, Jason Brady, and Connor Frazier. And on the defensive side, Reese Getz and Nikolai Chernitsky. Going to start off for Battlefield here. Hello. How are you guys? Oh, hi. Nice to see you.
He's got everybody in Austin tonight.
That's what he said. That's what he said, yeah. Oh my gosh, he said he's got everyone watching. You're welcome. Yeah, the fans showing their support here today. We're very excited, but here we go. We are about to be underway from Ashburn here in the NVSHL quarterfinals. About 20 minutes behind schedule, but here we go. We are underway, and it's the Bulldogs who will have the first opening possession. Haney takes it in, now goes behind the goal. And the Bulldogs trying to chip away at it as Thorne had it now by the left side. Haney again to the top of the circles. Thinking about it. Here comes a shot from Miranda. Got on through. Battlefield looks to take it away right now. Nikolai Chernitsky with some gallop. Gets it off here to Jason Brady. Brady goes in by the right boards, looking to make a play on it. And the Bulldogs trying to get it out of their own end. Below the goal now, Connor Frazier for Battlefield. Dumps it off. Bennett Jacon will get there first for the Bobcats. Now looking for Getz. And the Bulldogs nearly had a chance. Haney again getting on top of it. Chernitsky backhanded it on a cross. Battlefield back up again in the zone. Frazier got knocked down. No call being made. Puck remains in front. They score! Jason Brady. And Battlefield right away gets on the board. Jason Brady, a feed out in front. And Battlefield quickly off and running, not even a minute old here in Ashburn. A great start for the Bobcats as they quickly were moving the puck down below the circle, and then a feed right over the middle, and Jason Brady capitalizes, and Battlefield looking pretty good. Good opening shift for that top line for the Bobcats, and it's 1-0. The good guys on top. So the second line will try and match that effort. Vincent Nguyen had an opportunity there, and it goes below the boards now. Meanwhile, Stonebridge trying to respond. They don't go far. Sean Hoffman gets into a stride. Hoffman now board by the right wing. Throws it in front. That went right in front of Isaacson. And the Bobcats really putting some pressure on here early on the Bulldogs. Nguyen in there trying to come away with it. The Bulldogs do get a steal. Thrown on in front by Grant Wagner. Now by the right boards. Chris Shannon, the captain, trying to keep it in. It got away from him. And the Bulldogs now trying to move it out. Working this puck over by the side. Bianco for the Bulldogs. Vincent Nguyen backhands it behind the goal, and Battlefield will look to break it out here. Wagner quickly harassed. He has to work it back behind the net. And Nguyen just trying to clear it out. And he does just that. Puck coming out to the neutral zone. The Bulldogs again able to get on top of it and send it down below. Good start here for Battlefield as a sophomore Bella Gold in net today. Obviously, first career playoff start. A lot of emotions could be going. And Jason Brady, the senior, helping out his underclassmen in net. Meanwhile, Hanny behind the goal. Right in front. Bella Gold was down. The Bulldogs threatening right here. The backhand keeps it in by Miranda, now below the circles. Stonebridge keeps it moving. Tyler Shappy gets a feed on it, and now Shappy will break it out. He plays it off the boards, looking for Garrett Jacon. Battlefield was in cleanly. And it's still being worked. Big hit there as Shappy goes down. Jack Wagner getting in on it. This puck still remains in for Battlefield. Now the Bulldogs look to come away. Hanny gets it up here. Working on the near boards. Hanny flies on in, guarded by Jacon. A feed out in front, swing and a miss. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs right on in. That snipe missed it high. Miranda wrists one and an easy glove save for Bella Gold, and no rebound. 12:01 to go here in the first period of play. Jason Brady getting the Bobcats on the board first. We literally just said it before the opening faceoff. Jason was going to get his name all over the score sheet tonight, and he has done just that for Battlefield. Mr. Jason Brady, 57 seconds in, has the team in white, the Bobcats, on top. The Bulldogs trying to respond. Jonathan Reers has it now. Good defense, though, by Chernitsky. Frazier got it on a chip out. Battlefield couldn't clear, though. Jacon just tries to nudge at it, and he does get it out. And now below the boards, it'll be chased on by the senior Reese Getz. Getz with a nice finesse move. Now he comes across with a lot of speed. Reese Getz into the neutral zone. Lost the puck, though. And it goes back over by the Battlefield bench. And a quick extend by Chernitsky for Jacon. Bennett takes a hit, as sending him down was Michael Bianco. The Bobcats trying to extend it, and the Bulldogs trying to settle it down here. Stonebridge giving up a goal 57 seconds in. It's Bianco now along the boards. Looking for a chance in front. I think Gold got a piece of it. If not, it didn't miss by much. This one's sent out by Battlefield, and it's going to miss the net wide, and it'll be an icing. So 10:53 to go. A good start, as we mentioned, for Battlefield. So we're just making quick note of Jason Brady here on the score sheet. Good job for Jason to get Battlefield off and running right away. As we mentioned, they've had some time off, so it's not that easy to get back into the swing of things. Reers back into the corner. Played up to the top of the point. The Bulldogs trying to get one on net, and a few deflections on the way from Zach Jacobson's slapper. a penalty being called here, and it's going to be on the Bulldogs. So Stonebridge getting themselves in a tough predicament right now. And I think it's Grigorovic coming up, kind of ailing a little bit. And it will be the Bulldogs, we think, heading off to the penalty box. Oh, hang on, no, it's not. It's going to be Battlefield. It looks like the Bulldogs got a stick on it, and that's when the whistle came. So it is a power play coming up, but it's for the Stonebridge Bulldogs. So they'll have an opportunity right now to even this thing up, but it is the Bulldogs to the man up. They have their top line power play unit out there. Miranda by the left side defense. Extends it over to the other side. Jacobson back to Miranda. Hesitates. They play the two-man of the captain. Jacobson, a blast. Loose in the paint. They score. It was loose for a second. Gold could not get her stick on it, and Shannon dove out. And Stonebridge on the power play converts. We're tied at 1. Obviously a tough situation there. The defense for Stonebridge passing it back and forth, and that wrister with a lot of traffic in front made it really tough for Bella Gold. And just like that, both teams have struck, and we're not even 5 minutes old. So couldn't tell you, to be honest, who it was. There was a lot of commotion in front of the net. But we are brand new at 1 apiece here in Ashburn. The Bulldogs get on the board. Sean Hoffman for Battlefield. Chips it now below the goal. Vincent Nguyen hesitates. Back to Hoffman. Throws it on goal. He missed Isaacson wide. Shannon comes in now from the point. Tries to move it below. He ran into a brick wall. Peyton Ramos now hesitates it under. Sean Hoffman below the left circles. Tries to get it up to the point. A risky pass. Battlefield somehow kept it in. Vincent Nguyen got away from him though. A good steal there by the Bulldogs, and doing that was Esposito. Esposito now behind his own net. He'll now take it for a ride. Nice finesse move, and now he's got a lot of open ice to work with. Haney forgot the puck. That was close to being offsides. No call being made. And he got sat down by Hoffman and Ramos. Haney below the left circles. Fed out in front. A swing and a miss. This one heads out to the neutral zone. 1-1 if you're just tuning into the broadcast here tonight in the 2020 NVSHL quarterfinals here from Ashburn, Virginia. This is Matt Venezia and the Battlefield Sports Network on the horn with you guys tonight here in the broadcast. As Shannon tried to get it inside, now it'll be taken back into his own end for Miranda. Off his own boards. Played back in, icing's washed out as the Bulldogs get there first. Dylan Thorne. Thorne coming on into the trailer man. Norris couldn't get it on. And now Tyler Shappy will take it out. He chips it up ahead and out of the zone. Jacobson quickly gets his Bulldogs back in. Rears goes into the boards with Grant Wagner. Wagner now trying to come away with it. Got it up, but Jacon wasn't ready. Jack Wagner trying to get a stick in there, and Rears keeps it now below. Thorne trying to go backhand. And Bella got knocked down in net as there was a lot of traffic. Miranda risks one on goal. It missed the net wide. Garrett Jacon, brothers of assistant captain Bennett, the senior, was working it there. Wagner got it up, but not out. A few bouncy chops. Grant Wagner just tries to play it out, and he does just that. The Bulldogs will have to think about it now and try again. Frazier laying the body. Gets with a nice poke. Battlefield trying to get a rush here. It's kind of been all Bulldogs right now for the last few minutes. As Getz couldn't get it out. It's played now below to the other side of the boards. And right there, that's Brandon Brooks. He had 3 goals and an assist in the win against McLean on Friday to have his Bulldogs in this spot. Good steal by Kevin Brady, the sophomore. Brady with a lot of speed. Just gets it down behind the goal. As crashing in hard is Jason Brady, the Battlefield goal scorer. He's able to keep it in here for the Bobcats. Connor Frazier dumps it behind. Bianco and Brady to the boards. Pretty decent crowd. There were more fans here for the Broad Run Yorktown game, and we got a quick whistle. As we're about 4 seconds ahead, we will fix that here. So 7:11 to go here at Ashburn. Battlefield 1 and Stonebridge 1. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And this face-off will come from center ice. The Bulldogs win it again. Haney now trying to stretch through the Battlefield D. A good poke there by Reese Getz, keeps it along the boards. Brady tries to pick it up, but the Bulldogs kept it in. The last time these two teams squared up was last season at Haymarket in the regular season. It was a offensive juggernaut, but in the final seconds after Battlefield tied it on a late power play, Aiden Wiseman doing the honors. With about 8 seconds left in the game, it would be the Bulldogs to strike and stealing one from Battlefield. So you can bet there's a little bit of urgency there. A big hit there by Battlefield's Nikolai Chernitsky. Brady on his backhand hoists it in. Connor Frazier going in to get it. Jason back into the boards. And it looks like Stonebridge should be able to get it out and away. Flying up the boards here right now. A nice move by Thorne to get around. On a backhand, off of Gold's chest. She wasn't able to corral it. And it actually should work out for Battlefield nicely. Jason Brady gallops into the offensive end. It got tangled up between Bobcats, and that is offside. A lot of high-pace action here in the early stages of period number 1, 6:12 to go. We are square at 1 here in Ashburn, so the face-off is going to be coming right in front of us here. Once again, Matt Venezia in the broadcast booth tonight with you guys. Thank you to everyone tuning in to watch some playoff hockey here for Battlefield and Stonebridge. So Peyton Ramos able to win that draw for the Bobcats, but it's the Bulldogs who got away with it. Blake Morris now works it here for Chernitsky, playing the boards and trying to get it up for a Battlefield possession. The Bulldogs will retreat back into their own end. That's Jacobson playing it up ahead. Good hit there by Morris to cancel that out. Now it's Stonebridge behind their own goal. Michael Miranda up the boards. Morris didn't get a stick on it. This will be icing, as this face-off will be coming in the Battlefield offensive end. As we remain 1-1, 5:42 to go. And period number 1 started about 20 minutes late. Sorry about that. We had some people asking if we were live or not, so we kind of had to wait on that. But we're all live and ready to go here. Hoffman along the boards, but he got it stolen by Zach Jacobson. This effort by Ramos couldn't be kept in. Wynn gets it up the front. And a good chance for Sean Hoffman, but he lost it in his skates. This feed chased by Captain Chris Shannon for Battlefield. Sean Hoffman gets it now below, but it's Jacobson again with the steal. Hoffman harassing him. Ramos closes him off in front of the Battlefield bench. But Stonebridge still with it right now. This one goes wide of Bella Gold. Into the corner. Shannon's going to get called. That is not a good penalty. I'm going to be honest with you. It looked like Miranda lost his footing, and Shannon, didn't have much to do with that. And again, it's going to be Battlefield heading off to the sin bin. This time it's Chris Shannon. And I don't know about that. That's a tacky call. Miranda did lose his footing, and the Bobcats will go to the penalty kill for the second time this period. And the guys in white did not kill off the first one. That's why we are all tied up at 1. So, just one shot here for Stonebridge, and it's a goal. So you really hope, and a good clear here by Jason Brady all the way down. You really hope this could be a kill to settle Bella in. I mean, she's playing a good hockey game right now. She's moving well, but that one shot where she had no chance on has been the only bit of offense that Stonebridge has been able to put together. Galloping here into the offensive end, Rears chips it now below the goal. Rears gets tangled up. Chernitsky in there. Brady wanted a call. No call being made. Bianco to the other side. Jacobson. A shot. Bella Gold made the save. The chance in front. Gold is down. This one comes out to the top of the point. The Bulldogs keep it in now below the boards. Thorne throws one on net. Still loose in the paint. Gold looking for it. It goes behind the goal now. Battlefield really needs a clear. Chernitsky got his stick tangled up. No call being made. It's all Stonebridge right now. Another minute to kill on the penalty. Side of the goal, we're going to get a quick stoppage. The net could be off its moorings. And that's exactly what we're going to get the call for. So Battlefield getting a very helpful whistle as the net was off. Bella, a lot of pressure in her face, but she stays strong to what she's got. And actually, guys, we were mistaken. All the shots right now, it's 9-1 Stonebridge, not the other way around. So Bella has been very productive in net. Battlefield has had chances bringing it into the offensive end, but they have nothing to show for it. Not really getting any shots other than Jason's goal 57 seconds into the period. Jacobson walks it out here, getting it deep inside Bianco. Now Haney by the left circle. Brendan Green lost his footing, centering feed. Gold tries to get on top of it. It's still loose. Bianco now closed off by Brendan Green. A shot, a loose in the paint again, and Jack Wagner trying to clear, but it's not out. A shot on goal, pad save by Gold. Still loose, it came out in front. The Bulldogs are pressuring right now, and it's cleared by Grant Wagner. That should maybe do it all for the penalty. 10 seconds to go. Battlefield scrambles around, but they should be able to kill this off. In 2 seconds, the captain, Chris Shannon, is out of the box, and he is right now. The Bobcats kill it off. They're 1 for 2 on the day. Brendan Green off the boards, had 3 Bulldogs in his face. And Battlefield just trying to get the right lines out there. They're just trying to dump it right now. Malley now behind Grant Wagner, the defense for Battlefield. Getting there is Jason Brady. And now Bennett Jacan. On the quick up. Good pass to Brady. Jason trying to dance his way in. Goes into the left corner. Looking to get it up top. Chernitsky will get there on a backhand feed to keep it in. Right in front, swing and a miss. Connor Frazier down in the splits is Isaacson. The net came off the mooring, so that means that the faceoff will remain in. Battlefield responds with a good shift. A great opportunity for both sides here recently in the last few minutes. But it's the goaltenders who come up smiling as they're able to kill off some aggressive chances for either side. 2:24 to go here in the period. In a game that is 1-1. The Bulldogs, who have dominated the face-off game here to this point in the period. Playing it up the boards. On a stretch. Rears is all alone on the left side. Cuts in front. Save made by Bella Gold. Her best stop of the day on a breakaway from Rears. He had a lot of speed from his own defensive end and then came flying up the left boards, cutting over the middle. Past the Battlefield defense, and the last man to stop was Bella, and she had the answer. A great save in net for Bella Gold. And the Bulldogs, hey, give them credit. They're fighting right now. They're playing some good hockey here against a very stout Battlefield team. Chernitsky looking to move it. Up the boards, Hoffman. He got away from him, though, had too much on it. Hoffman now will backhand it deep into the zone. Under 2 minutes to work in the first period. Peyton Ramos tried to get a stick on it. This one still remains in the offensive end for Battlefield, and now it leaks out. Back on his horse, Rears. He had a great chance just now. Nice move to get around over the middle. It didn't get on through. A shot, pad save by Bella Gold with her blocker. Chernitsky circling with it. It's all Bulldogs right now. They're out shooting Battlefield 14-2. Wagner now chips it up ahead. Brooks let it go on through and out of the zone. Bianco circling with it now. Up ahead. It was behind the man. Now Sean Hoffman comes into the zone. Hoffman fires. Esposito got a stick on it. Hoffman's been doing well for Battlefield, just no shots to show for it yet. But he's definitely had his fair share of chances. Chris Shannon did not keep that in, so the Bobcats are offside and have to go back. 1 minute to go in the first period of play. Shappy, a good defensive stick on it, and the Bobcats get a nice steal. It comes out to center, though, so Battlefield has to touch back up. Back into the corner, Bianco on a quick extend. Nice cutoff by Grant Wagner, and he'll take it back in for Battlefield. He chips it now below the goal. Behind Isaacson now. Back the other way, Braden Brooks. And he got it from Jack Wagner. 30 seconds to go. Brooks takes it in. He had 3 goals the other night, as we've mentioned a few times on the broadcast. Brooks, centering feed. Haney stopped it with his foot. Battlefield can't get rid of it, though. A chance out in front. Bella Gold goes down. Bella's had a lot of pressure in her face. Can these final 15 seconds go by quickly? We'll see. Backhanded behind Braden Brooks. A much-needed stop here for Battlefield, and Bella does a nice job of covering up. With 8 seconds to go in the first period of play. So give the sophomore credit. She's hanging in right now. A very busy period. She's turned away 14 of 15 from Stonebridge here so far. So one last face-off here probably for the period. As the Bulldogs getting their power unit out there now. Out in front, another save for Gold. This one heads out, and that's it for the first period of play. a high-scoring first few minutes, and then it was settled down, but a lot of offense coming from Stonebridge. They have 16 shots to Battlefield's 2. So a much-needed conversation here for the Bobcats, as right now it's all the Bulldogs, and they're looking good. 1-1 after one, as the teams will gather around here and go over the game plan of what they just saw. If you're Battlefield, you got off to a fantastic start, but you weren't really able to back it up with good play in the final 14 minutes. Just another shot after that initial chance from Brady. You know, the Bobcats here are getting outplayed for sure by Stonebridge. They put together 16 shots. They knew what team they were going up against prior to tonight's contest, and they look pretty good. So at the end of one, here on the Battlefield Sports Network, it's the Bulldogs 1 and your Bobcats 1. We'll step away for a few seconds here on the Battlefield Sports Network. And we're back here in the broadcast booth. Matt Venezia bringing it to you guys here today from the Ashburn Ice House. We're ready for the second period of play. A very good hot start for the Bobcats. But now of late, after the initial goal by Jason Brady, it's been all Bulldogs. Battlefield needed a much-needed break to go over the game plan after it was all Stonebridge in the first. The Bulldogs working it now the first chance. Jacobson gets into a blast off the post. A rocket that hit the inside of the post. This one gets away. It's a breakaway for Jason Brady. Brady all alone. Deeks, save made in the splits. Isaacson robbing Jason Brady of his second. Offense and more offense. That's all we're seeing so far. A big hit there along the boards. The Bulldogs trying to keep it back in, but Battlefield got it out. A blast in by Jacobson. Rolls easy for Bella Gold. Her easiest save of the night. Connor Frazier now below the boards, the Team Maryland player for Battlefield here. Benedict settles it down, tries to center it. It's picked off here by Jacobson. A quick stretch on the money for Hanny. He walks in on the backhand. Gold makes the save. It does not go in. What a save by Bella Gold. And the puck was literally on the goal line and it would not go. My goodness, Bella has impressed here so far as she turns away Hanny on the breakaway. My goodness, in the splits, both goaltenders, both sides, having themselves a day. Easy chip off the glass for Grant Wagner. Battlefield back into the other end. Hanny got it out by the neutral ice zone. Hanny sidesteps Grgorovich. Hanny splits three Bobcats. Comes in inside. His centering feed now will be picked up by Grant Wagner. Hoisted up ahead, but not out. Wagner behind his own net. Plays it up the boards for Blake Morris, and the Bulldogs will reset. Hanny again, just never running out of speed. A shot goes off high. The net looks like it came off its moorings, and that's what we're getting the stoppage for, as Gold may have knocked it over with her skate. So that's what they're fixing now. Another good stop for Battlefield and the whistle. I mean, they're getting out-hustled, out-skated right now, and it's not even close. The Bulldogs have really made their adjustments when they've needed to. So the Bobcats are going to need to change a lot of things right now, as it's all Bulldogs right now. The team in blue, Battlefield rocking the white jerseys tonight. And now we look ready to go. The face-off here to the left of Bella Gold. Not out, as Rears got it poked by Ramos. Now behind the net, Thorne. Thorne circles, now to the top. A wrist shot on the way, stopped and knocked down by Gold. The puck remains high in the offensive end for Stonebridge. Sean Hoffman plays it off the boards. Battlefield really just looking to settle down a chance right now. They're just dumping it out, and then, Stonebridge comes right back in like they are now. Thorne, a centering feed, went right on through the paint. Vincent Nguyen got knocked down, but he was able to get rid of the puck and out of the zone. So good play there by the junior for Battlefield. Getz chips it on out, hit off a few sticks. So it goes right back in. The Bulldogs were offsides, now they're good. Chernitsky plays it on around, knocked down by the skates of Reese Getz. On the quick extend, off the mark for win. Jacobson leads the entire playoff in total points. Hoffman with some good defense, gets it below the boards now. Nikolai Chernitsky corrals for Battlefield, his quick fly. Not really a great play there. Battlefield just trying to settle it, and by hoisting it out, the Bulldogs get possession again. A quick extend up the way here by Stonebridge. Jacobson. Again, Battlefield just tries to get rid of it. It's Stonebridge at neutral ice. Brooks to Millar. Gets lost his stick. A shot on the way. Knocked down and stopped by Bella Gold. And she again makes the save. Bella already has 20 saves. And we're not even 20 minutes old here at Ashburn. She's averaging a shot a minute, obviously. She's faced a lot of pressure. And the Bobcats have not looked their cleanest here as they're getting outshot 21-3. But Bella doing her job here, getting the call, obviously, over the senior Jacob Hubert. That's already a big enough decision in itself. And she has not disappointed so far. Hanny, now by the left circle. Over the middle, Millar. Puck remains loose. Tyler Shappy tried to get in there, but Hanny has it now. Below the circle, a centering feed in the paint. Gold again has the answer. Bella getting a clap of approval here. My goodness. Bella could use a timeout right now, and she's getting one with the stoppage. Battlefield getting some new lines out there. It's the second line making their way out there. Doesn't look like there's been any changes to it. Or excuse me, it's the first line for the Bobcats out there right now. We're a little bit ahead on the time, so we'll catch that up right now. Battlefield able to come away. Jason Brady took a hit. Picked back up there by Bennett Jacon. He pokes it now into the offensive end. Gets for Brady on a backhand. Jacon finesses. He dumps it into the corner. Frazier. And now the Bulldogs will pick up the loose puck and send it on out. That one off a Battlefield skate. The quick extend is good. Rears finesses. Tries for a shot. Gold again had the answer. 10:51 to go in the second. The Bulldogs continue to rain down the shots as it's 23-3. Bella Gold looking very good here no matter the outcome. She has definitely shown up here. Her team in front of her, though, is not helping her out. A chance right over the middle. Hanny shot it. Bella was sliding right, and it went wide left. A good chance there for the Bulldogs in the high slot. A good extend out here for Jason Brady. He's able to corral it, hoist it into the corner. Battlefield really looking to maintain some sort of offensive chance here. Grant Wagner gets it right back in. The Bobcats could really use like a power play or something to just settle down the offense. Nothing for them other than those first 50 seconds looking good. Jacobson up the boards. Jacon knocked it down. This one leaks out to the neutral ice area. Frazier lost it in his skates. Brandon Brooks. This one bounces up by the right circle. Frazier kicks it into the corner. Battlefield should be able to break it out here. Frazier hesitates. Up the boards. I think Hoffman got a tip on it. They do not agree. The officials rule that an icing, and it'll come back the other way for a face-off in Bella Gold's neighborhood. So obviously a lot of things not going right for Battlefield right now. 9:51 to go in the second period of play. The team has only put up one shot here in the period. They had two in the first. Thorne comes over. Didn't let him get through into gold. Peyton Ramos trying to corral it. A lot of pressure on him. Vincent Nguyen lost his edge. Ramos with a nice little poke to himself. Peyton Ramos looks for a centering feed. The Bulldogs had the answer. This will chase Chernitsky back. His tip, though, is picked up here by Thorne, flying into your picture. Trying to step around Getz. He did not do that. Reese has looked pretty good here defensively, holding the Bulldogs to a minimum when it comes to getting around him. Chernitsky stopping and going over the middle. Now Vincent Nguyen. Got it poked. Here comes Stonebridge. Rears loose by the paint. A good close off by Chernitsky, using his physicality there to break up the play. Ramos dumps it around. Not a good idea. It's corralled by Esposito. A shot, and it's just going to be sent on down by Chernitsky. Battlefield will get a chance to catch their breath again. And we're about 7 seconds ahead, so we'll reset that. 8:47 to go. You know, you like that you're still tied, but this thing could be easily a blowout right now. Stonebridge out shooting Battlefield 24-3 as we're nearing the halfway mark of the contest. Obviously, something's got to give here for Battlefield. This one exits the zone. Stonebridge will regroup. Here along the boards, hoisted out by Brendan Green. Stonebridge again trying for an offensive chance. This will chase Kevin Brady back into his own end. Brady hoists it, but not out. Not a good play there for the Battlefield defenseman. Haney nearly got it poked. Back to the top. Thrown now below the boards. Nada. Ramos up the boards, but not out. Just two power plays in the game, both for Stonebridge. They capitalized on their first, but they could not score on the second. A bomb on the way. That didn't get through. Another chance didn't. A shot on the way, kicked out by Gold. Another save. Bella Gold is flashing the leather here so far. A centering feed. Battlefield trying to just get the puck out. Chopped to the point, but the Bulldogs keep it in. Another bid on net. Blocked by Wagner. Tyler Shappy turns the corner. Battlefield looks to be off and away. Wagner, again, just chip and chase for Battlefield right now. The Bulldogs should be able to get it out, and they do. Back on his horse is Haney. Looking to step around Chernitsky. Nikolai had him there every step of the way. Brandon Brooks got knocked down. Shappy just able to chip it out, but he had a chance to skate with it, and I think that's what the bench was yelling at him for. Jacan lost his footing. No trip being called. Stonebridge now the other way, a 2-on-2. And now we get the call. And are they calling? Let's see. I think it'll just be an offside. And that is what they call. So 7:18 to go. Again, Battlefield just getting outworked, and it's Bella Gold keeping him in the contest right now. She just made two of her best saves of the entire night. Jacan getting harassed. Chernitsky able to step up and help. This one doesn't get out, though. Brady backhands it for Connor Frazier, looking to chip up the boards. He corrals it now. Right in front of his own bench, a centering feed. Jacan with the hit. Bennett dumps it back below the boards. Frazier closes him off. Now Jason Brady, could the Battlefield top line be getting something here? Anything at this point is good. A centering feed. Jacan couldn't get a stick on it. And here comes Stonebridge flying up the boards. It's Rears. Good close off by Jason. Brady finesses his way into the neutral ice. Now into the offensive end, the other side of the table. A chance as he got right on through, was tipped over the net. Frazier chips it below the goal. No one for Battlefield was there. And now Chernitsky by his left side steps in. This puck will go all the way down. Battlefield will get a much needed breather, and for once, a face-off on the other side of the ice. 6:22 to go in the second period. No goals yet in the period. But Stonebridge has had plenty of opportunities. They are out shooting Battlefield still 26-3. Obviously, if that holds true to the end of this, things aren't looking good for the guys in white. A blast on the way by Hoffman, denied by Isaac. And we haven't been able to say his name much at all, as Isaacson able to close that one off. He stopped 3 of 4 Battlefield shots. Now 6 minutes to go in period number 2. Back into the Battlefield defensive end. It goes around Bella. Hanny right into the middle, Nada. Sidesteps, a good hit there by Hoffman, knocked him down. Chris Shannon now gets on his horse. Puts on the brakes, and now he'll break it out here for Battlefield. Looking for Ramos, it got interfered with. Hoffman chips it in for Peyton. Hoffman wheels a drive, stopped by Isaacson. Battlefield now 2 good shots here. Both of them coming from number 9 in white, Sean Hoffman, trying to do his part and getting his team back in it. Sean's got 3 of the Battlefield 5 shots. So this faceoff will come to the right of Isaacson. As we mentioned, this is the second game of the playoffs for Stonebridge. They had to play their way into this quarterfinal. Battlefield in the regular season with a record of 7-2-1 earned a first-round bye, as they were one of the top 3 teams in the entire league, earning that respective mark. Grgorovic in the draw. Battlefield getting their 4th line out there right now, as their top 2 sets of forwards need a break. Getz tried to get it out. Somehow he still kept it in. Reese Getz all alone. Backhanded it weakly, though. And good enough for Battlefield, as Chernitsky now has it right by our social media platforms there. Battlefield Sports Network on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Post notifications on for all sorts of news about Battlefield athletics, as this shot's blocked. And on Twitter and Instagram at BHS Sportsnet. Chernitsky chipped one on net. It didn't get through. The Bulldogs will try now. Flying here on the right side. Rears has a step. Backhand on the way. Bella Gold again says no. A lot of commotion in front of the net here, as Gold was in the center of all that attention, and the Battlefield Bobcats defending their goalie there. Nikolai being escorted by the official here. What are we seeing here? It looks like both Chernitsky and Thorne are going to be handed penalties here. So we're going to see some 4-on-4, as I would have been shocked for either side if it had only been one player from each team going off. You know, if some team had a power play out of that, that would have been, in my opinion, a bad call. So the officials sorting things out here. The faceoff coming back into the Battlefield defensive end. Bella Gold has 26 saves. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here on YouTube today on the Battlefield Sports Network for the 2020 NVSHL quarterfinals between your Battlefield Bobcats and the Stonebridge Bulldogs. As we're nearing the 9 o'clock hour, 8:38 here local. We want to thank Ashburn Icehouse for letting us get this stream put together, you know, and we don't do regular season streams, but here for the playoffs, with all the games happening here, about 40 minutes away from home, we're definitely able to bring it out to you guys. And if you're watching outside of the Battlefield area, you know, we appreciate you guys tuning in to support no matter where you are. That's the beauty of this thing. We're able to bring together so many fans. So right now, the official is giving explanations to both bench bosses. So I think we're about ready to go. The Bobcats having their top line out there. This time, though, in the face-off circle, it's Jason Brady. Jason has the only goal. And Nikolai right in front of me here wants an explanation. Is now Aiden Bennick's in the penalty box. So right now they're getting Nikolai for a penalty. The scoreboard shows that it's a Stonebridge power play out of this. I don't really know why, but it is 5-on-4. A chance on the way. Bella Gold with her catching mitt, able to snag that one out of the air. And I don't know why Battlefield had a penalty there. So, very confusing. But Bennick's in there. It could be a 2-10. Is that why Nikolai's in the whole time? Bella with her left pad able to kick that one away. This one comes out to center. The Bulldogs corralling it now. Their third power play of the day. Here by the left side. A shot. Pad save. Gold. Hanny had a slam dunk and he couldn't finish. And Battlefield, more importantly, clears. He had a wide open goal after Bella Gold shut the door with her left pad for the second consecutive shot right there. 1:15 left to kill for Battlefield. Rears comes right back in. He brought it in offside. We're going to get the clock set up here. 4:17 to go in the second. We appreciate everybody tuning in. So again, kind of confused why Bennick is also in the box. We didn't get an explanation, as usually the official comes in and says something. There was nothing said, so Battlefield able to hoist it out. It's Michael Miranda out of the defensive spot. This pass had too much on it, but somehow Rears was able to step on in. Closed off by Brendan Green, lost his stick. Puck comes loose, Gold topples on top of it. Again, Bella makes the save. So we'll get the clock reset here, 3:59 to go in the second. My goodness, Bella Gold has turned away 30 of 31 from Stonebridge today. And she's getting absolutely no help right now as Battlefield just 5 shots through nearly 2 periods of play. That is not going to get you to Wednesday. Green able to knock down Rears. This one remains loose. Now below the boards, Rears behind. Working his backhand, got it to the captain, Jacobson. He had a blast that hit off the post earlier on. Bella makes the save again, and this one gets chopped out, and now the net comes off its moorings. Now this puck was heading out. Let's see where they want to move this faceoff to. The officials bringing the puck back. I think because it came off its moorings, this faceoff is staying in the Battlefield defensive zone. As Chernitsky had enough, or excuse me, Getz had enough on it to get it out. But the net coming off here goes against Battlefield. Brandon Brooks won the faceoff as Jacobson's blast was off the mark. 3.5 to go with 30 seconds to go on the power play. A wrister on the way, Bella Gold again. Nothing new, she's able to make the save. Something's got to change. I don't know what the message is from Coach Yakan there, but obviously a lot of the top line wingers and forwards for Battlefield are on the bench right now, not out there for the penalty kill. So they better be ready to go once this penalty hopefully is killed off. Jacobson's blast, Bella Gold with a little bit of a screen, again, has the answer. Bella continuing to rack up the save count right now. And if I had to pick a first star of this contest, it is number 23 in white. Bella has done a phenomenal job. Didn't have her number memorized here at the top. A wrister on the way, got deadened on the way there. Nada circles back by the left circle. This pass chases them back to their own defensive end. Jacobson's blast, a few tips, still loose. Bella again makes the save. This time, they do cash in. No chance at all for Bella to make the save. The Bulldogs on the power play, getting it done. It's 2-1, and that shot by Michael Miranda has Stonebridge out in front. And you knew that the amount of pressure the Bulldogs have been putting on would come to bite Battlefield. And right there, Michael Miranda had an easy chance, and he's able to put it in. So not much Bella could do there at all. Battlefield needs to get their act together as they're being outshot heavily, 37-5. Back into the offensive end is Stonebridge. Rears flying down below the circles. A centering feed didn't get through. Knocked down though. Sean Hoffman's in full stride. Hoffman down the right side has reinforcements. His wrister misses Isaacson up high, and this carom comes all the way out to center. Could be a 2-on-1 for Stonebridge. Rears curling drag. He scores. Rears all the way in, and Battlefield has been stunned here in the last few seconds. That one hurts. Rears with a beautiful shot. It's Jonathan Rears. That's his 3rd goal of the playoffs. And that one, as we mentioned, hurts as Hoffman had a good chance. He had a 3-on-2 though, decided not to pass. And his wrister took the rebound all the way out. Meanwhile, Stonebridge back in again, another 2-on-1. This time Battlefield had the answer. Chris Shannon gets it up for Connor Frazier. Takes a huge hit. His stick flies all the way back into the Battlefield defensive end. He's got to go corral it. The Bulldogs have stunned Battlefield here with 2. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really be stunned. They've been dominating offensively. It was only a matter of time. But 2 goals in a matter of seconds, as it's now 3-1 for Stonebridge. Brandon Brooks shot blocker down by Bella Gold. Brendan Green out of the defensive end for Battlefield. The senior got it up, but the Bulldogs had the answer again. Meanwhile, back into the offensive end is Stonebridge. Green had the answer. He gets boarded in. Battlefield needs a power play right now. Jason Brady. Excuse me, that was Bennett Jacon. Connor Frazier steps in for it. The Bulldogs have just outplayed Battlefield, and it's not even close. Luckily for the Bobcats, it's only 2 as Bella has kept them in this game. Again, Brooks' shot, pad save by Gold. She's approaching 40 saves on the day through 2 periods. This one backhanded out. 1:20 to go in the second. This puck just barely exits the zone. Good hit there by Bennett. And then this one sent right back in behind Isaacson, who's only had 5 shots to face through 2 periods. Stonebridge back in again here in the neutral ice. Millar on a backhand. Stonebridge has to reset. Good hit there at center ice by Frazier. They wanted a penalty. Frazier causing some commotion. And he's getting a little too physical there. You don't want to get a penalty called now. Brandon Brooks, a shot, sticked away by Bella Gold to the right corner. 40 seconds to go. Battlefield needs this period to end now. 41-5 Stonebridge in shots. That's been the story of the day. Brandon Brooks lost it at center. Tyler Shappy steps in for Battlefield. Gets elbowed down. Battlefield wants a call. None being made. Nada. Not only is Battlefield not doing well offensively, but they're not really getting any help at all from the officials. It has been a physical game. There's no doubt about it. This one comes out to neutral. Back on his horse's thorn. A drop pass, a bomb. Goes high by Rearse. Michael Miranda settles it. He'll go behind his own goal in absolutely no rush. He watches the scoreboard. A very good first 30 minutes of this game for Stonebridge. We've reached the end of the second. The Bulldogs add 2 more goals in the period. They're out shooting Battlefield 42-5. And a monumental change in the action will be needed here for Battlefield to get back into this thing. It's only 2 goals. But if it wasn't for Bella, it could be a lot worse. And after what we've seen here today, to go to the third period only trailing 2, you got to be thanking everything upstairs if you're Battlefield. I mean, my goodness, this has just been all Stonebridge. They've had the answer. They've been outworking Battlefield. If you had to guess which team had the first round bye, you would say Stonebridge. But these Bulldogs had to fight to get to these quarterfinals, and it's your Bobcats not looking pretty good. We will step away and get you back for the final 15 minutes here from Ashburn as you're watching Battlefield and Stonebridge on the Battlefield Sports Network. And we're back in the broadcast booth. One thing very noticeable here to get this third period underway. Coach Ramos switching up the lines. He's got Sean Hoffman, Peyton Ramos, and Vincent Wynn. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a new line. Never mind. It's the same set of lines for right now here for Battlefield. The third period of play is underway. Nothing new here. Stonebridge right back on the attack. Thorne a centering feed tipped wide. And now we're officially on the clock. Battlefield trailing by 2. Their season hanging into balance. They've not looked good. Just 5 shots through 2 periods if you're just tuning in. Wynn got it out to neutral ice. Sean Hoffman plays it back in. It actually went right into the Stonebridge bench. That was a danger play there. Everybody looks to be okay and alert there for Stonebridge. But the story of the day has been the Stonebridge offense. My goodness, 42 shots, through 2 periods of play. So another neutralized face-off. The Bulldogs will get right back on their horse as it's chipped back in by Thorne. To the right of Bella Gold in net. Reese Getz stops and goes. Good steal by Ramos. Win on a poke. Couldn't get it out. Battlefield now trying to fight for it, and they do get rid of it. Nguyen kind of lost his foot there. Sean Hoffman got it poked away from his reach. And now back on the offensive rush is Thorne. On a backhander, snatched out of the air by Bella Gold. She makes the save. 14:04 to go in regulation. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast right now. Battlefield getting outworked a lot, as that was shot number 43 on the day for Stonebridge. Bella Gold has stopped 40. That's right, 4-0. 40 total shots turned away by the sophomore in net. Meanwhile, Jason Brady has a step. Brady shoots, and he missed the net high. He had crashing to the net Connor Frazier on a 2-on-1. Battlefield sends it right back in, touching up is Frazier. Bianco plays it down low. Jacan out to the high slot. This one gets back out to center ice. And then Grant overskated it as Wagner lost it. Connor Frazier back in for Battlefield. A backhand feed for Jacan, didn't get through. Nice save by Grant Wagner as he's able to keep it and then go right back in. As the Bobcats are right now holding the Stonebridge offense in a jar here for the time being. Frazier centers it. Chernitsky thought about pinching in, but he made the right decision. This one quickly up for Connor Frazier, caught them in a break. Frazier all alone. Pad saved by Isaacson. Connor Frazier stepped in. He caught the Bulldogs in a line change. Battlefield right now looking like the better team so far. Brady with a hit on Mata. Jacan lays out Noda. The physicality picking up here so far. Blake Morris. A hit there, no call being made. The officials letting the boys play. Frazier goes in for a hit. And he's doing a nice job there on the back check, trying to keep this thing alive. Morris lost it, and it's a center ice break here for the Bulldogs. Rears on his backhand, got taken out by Chernitsky. A good defensive play by Nikolai, no penalty being called. Good hit by Morris, no call being made again. Battlefield picking up their play with the physicality. Penalty being called, Battlefield's going to the power play. Garrett Jacan centers it on around. The Bobcats are going to have their first man up of the day and a chance to get back in the hockey game. A huge opportunity here for the Bobcats, who in their stride and their puck handling, they've looked like they've made some adjustments, but heading off to the sin bin, it's Jonathan Rears, who has one of the nicest goals you'll ever see earlier in the contest. The Bobcats know how crucial this opportunity is right now. So the Bobcats will have a 2-minute power play. Faceoffs one. Working it up at the top, Chernitsky moves it this way, gets. Reese fires, pad save, Isaacson. Trying to get it around with the Bulldogs, but not out. Back to the top, and it got away from Chernitsky. Already a good look there for Reese Getz and the Bobcats. They got to keep moving the puck. Still plenty of hockey to go, but the guys in white need two. Bennett Jacan steps on around. Bennett, shot, goes wide of the goal. A putback stop by Isaacson again. The Bulldogs trying to get it out and high up off the glass. It's made. Bella Gold thinking about going out. She does not. Hanny throws it on goal, paddled away. And Reese Getz picks up the loose change. Getz stretches it. Jason Brady takes it in for Battlefield. The only goal scorer for the Bobcats, number 88 in white, came 53 seconds into the game. This one goes back out. A minute to go on the Battlefield power play. You got to assume this is a huge chance for the Bobcats to get some momentum and get back into the contest. But right now the Bulldogs have held the guys in white to just one shot on goal here on the power play. Chipped along the boards. The Bulldogs intercept. Noda steps in. Hoffman tried to close him off, and Noda just chipped it in safely. Jacan behind the boards for Chris Shannon. Shannon The captain for Battlefield trying to get his team back in this thing. He's losing it, though, around center ice. Now resteps and chips it back below the boards. Connor Frazier should get there first. Sean Hoffman sidesteps. Hoffman to the goal. It goes behind the net now. Peyton Ramos fighting for it. Shannon steps in and backhands it in. Chris trying to keep it in. He does a good job there. Hoffman tried to kick it to himself, and the Bulldogs were right on in. Stonebridge kills off their first opportunity on the penalty kill. That's an offside. So there's actually still 2 seconds left on it. So Battlefield, I guess, had some chances compared to what they've done all night. But 10:09 to go. Actually, there's 10:07, so we'll get this to be as accurate as possible. Battlefield still trails as it's nearing 9 o'clock hour right now here in our stream. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for the quarterfinals of the NVSHL playoffs. Stonebridge, the 6th seed, getting it done here against Battlefield. Out shooting the Bobcats 43-7 right now. Morris got it up for Sean Hoffman. Hoffman sends it back in, penalty killed for Stonebridge. Vincent Nguyen getting into the action. Nguyen now for Ramos. Centering feed went off the paddle of Isaacson. And this one bounces away from the reach of Blake Morris. Battlefield sends it right back in. Hoffman with some good defense. Up ahead over center ice. Bobcats had some trouble corralling it. Haney comes on in on Wagner. To the goal! They score! Haney on the backhand, and Stonebridge adds another one. Their speed is very noticeable, and they're getting it done against the Bobcats. Right now, the Stonebridge Bulldogs having it their way with 4 unanswered goals. And the Bobcats need 3 in the final 9:16 to make this a game, as Haney's speed right there was too much. The Bulldogs have possession again. Grgorovich goes hard into the boards. Chernitsky throws one to hit off the mask of the Bulldogs. Another breakaway. It's Rears. Pad save off her chest. Bella Gold, for the most part, keeps Battlefield in it. Jacan had his stick knocked out of his reach. Chipped into the corner now for the Bulldogs. Grgorovich picks up the loose puck, plays it off the boards. And some pushing and shoving here. Thorne and Green getting handsy. And Green will most definitely be going to the box. I don't know who instigated it. They're going to send both guys off. Just something to get Battlefield some sort of momentum, something, as that power play would have been a big chance. And obviously the Bobcats needing something, as just 8:34 to go, or 39, sorry, so we'll get our clock caught up here. Things looking pretty tough here for Battlefield to get back into this contest, as Battlefield, with 8:39 to go, needs 3 goals at least to keep their season in it. And actually, Brendan Green's been kicked out of the game. Wow. And the crowd clapping. Wow. Brendan Green has been ejected from the game. And we don't want to speculate too much on it. You guys saw the hit. But what comes with that, though, is what's going to hurt Battlefield the most. I believe it's a 5-minute power play. And that would be the last thing Battlefield needs right now. And obviously just not what you want to see. Green just trying to get his team some momentum, some confidence, and it'll cost him as he's heading to the sin bin. But it looks like the Bulldog player, Thorne, his second trip to the box, he's going to stay in there. So they're actually going to give Battlefield, they have 2 minutes up for Brendan Green. And as things are getting sorted out here. As you can see, the benches gathering while the officials kind of sort everything out. But a lot's got to go right here in the final 8:39 for Battlefield to extend their season to Wednesday. The team made it to the state semis last year in a game they would fall 5-3 to Briar Woods, and Briar Woods would go on to the championship game and fall to the 8 seed Langley Saxon. So a bottom wildcard weekend, if you will. Team like Stonebridge here, we've seen those type of teams play into the playoffs, move on, and do some great things later on. So it is a power play for Stonebridge for 2 minutes. Brendan Green's been ejected from the game. And the clock starts now. Battlefield trails by 3. And you got to assume this has to be killed. And a lot more after that. Jacobson accelerates into the offensive end. Chips it down here. Tries to slap it out. Wagner able to do just that. It's cleared on down. The Bulldogs will get it going again. Michael Miranda in the defensive spot with it right now. Plays it behind the boards. As the Bulldogs trying to get set up here. 8 minutes to go in regulation. 1:15 to go on the power play. Wagner disrupting some of the commotion there on the other side, but it looks like the Bulldogs will be able to get it away. This one intercepted by Jason Brady. Battlefield scored a minute into the contest. It was number 88, Jason Brady, and since then they've done absolutely nothing. A total of 7 shots to the Bulldogs' 45. And that's definitely been the story of the game. Jacobson with all the time in the world. A feed for Hanny. Chernitsky gets a steal. He's going to take it up from his defensive position. Nikolai wrists one on net. Not many of those. Not many saves here for Isaacson, as he's had a very quiet night. Andrew Isaacson has stopped 7 of 8 for Battlefield. Frazier steps in and gets a steal. Connor Frazier trying to get something going for Battlefield. And I think we're getting another penalty. Slow to get up is Brandon Brooks. I didn't see it. Nikolai Chernitsky, I think it was behind the play. Chernitsky's going to the box. And the Bobcats right now just playing some physical hockey. And you can tell the tempers are flaring right now. A lot of penalties here for Battlefield. We're not going to speculate on the injury. But things not going well for the guys in white. So we'll bring it back in the broadcast booth here. Obviously, a lot has not gone well for Battlefield. That quick goal by Jason Brady has definitely, been quiet. The Battlefield hasn't really been able to get anything going after that. As we mentioned, just a total of 8 shots for the Bobcats right now. And still down is Brandon Brooks, who, in that game against McLean, had 3 goals and an assist to get his team to this position. He's been their guy. And it's a tough spot here for Battlefield now. The tempers flaring. I think they know that this deficit is very far out. I don't know. But it's a big deficit to overcome, and they haven't played their cleanest. So it'll be Chernitsky getting 2 minutes on the board. So for 17 seconds, Battlefield will have to kill off a 5-on-3. So it's 6:54. Actually, it's 6:56. We'll get that going here. It'll be a face-off at center ice. And Battlefield has 4 on the ice. Now Hoffman will get off. So the Stonebridge Bulldogs looking like they will have a date in the NVSHL semifinals. That'll come here at Ashburn at 7:30 p.m. So the face-off here. Battlefield working a 5-on-3 for 17 seconds. In no rush at all, Michael Bianco got it behind the goal. Jonathan Rears. Bennett getting ready to come out of the box for Green. So Brendan's penalty man that was served for him was Aiden Bennett, and then this one is hoisted on out. Settled down by Getz and heaved right back down the ice. And 6:26 to go. A lot needs to happen here in favor of the guys in white to make this thing a contest. Getz. Off the boards from Shannon. Playing it as Jack Wagner. Had to poke it to himself. He's got to regroup. Wagner settles it down. He'll take it over. 1 minute to kill. Up the boards, Frazier let it go right on through. This one deflected off his stick and up into the lighting. As there's 5:58 to go. Battlefield trailing Stonebridge 4-1. As this could go down as one of the more tougher games to witness here, obviously, and in Battlefield playoff history. I mean, a lot of expectations for this team. One of the better finishing regular seasons for Battlefield, and just what we hope won't happen, but it looks like it will. A first-round exit, obviously, not good. Brady for Chacon. He wasn't able to handle it. And off the boards, the Bulldogs play it up. Thorne fires, knocked down by Bella. Gold has a total of 42 saves now. Just an unbelievable effort for her. Brady lost it on his way in. Thorne working in on Kevin Brady behind the goal. Circles the cage, looks to move it. Dropped off here to Michael Miranda. Sets a shot off the stick of Chris Shannon, the captain. 15 seconds to kill for Battlefield. This is the 5th power play of the day for Stonebridge. Protecting the puck nicely, Thorne. Hands it off. Skip a man. Here comes a blast by Jacobson. Stays on the ice. Gold corralled into her glove. Penalty killed off. Chernitsky's out of the box. With a lot of speed, Nikolai looking to make a play. This one hits off the official. It works out for Battlefield. 4:47 to go in the game. Battlefield needs 3. Shannon takes a hit. Puck here below the boards. Can't really see it. Now it comes out. Jacobson up for Reers. He has a very nice goal to his name here so far. Shoved by Hoffman. Chernitsky now. Got it up for Ramos, who passed it to nobody. And we get a stoppage in play. And it's going to be a slash on Stonebridge, so hang on. Obviously, Battlefield needs 3, but this power play will help in those efforts. So the Bobcats will go to the man up. And the Bobcats will have a power play, so let's see how quickly they can strike. Could be a spot where Bella heads to the bench to get a 2-man advantage, but not a good start for it as Morris lost it. Haney sent it right back into the Battlefield defensive side of the ice. Getz, with time being a huge factor right now, Battlefield needs 3. Sent back in for Stonebridge. Mike Esposito with all kinds of time. Plays keep away with Bianco. Now Haney goes on through, and the Bulldogs send it all the way down. Blake Morris takes it behind the goal. Let's keep our eyes on Bella Gold here for Battlefield. Frazier interchanges with Morris. He's got it behind his own cage. Forgets. Reese had to think about where he wanted to go with it. Now it's up for Morris, and Battlefield just cannot handle the puck right now. This one's sent right back in. Getz. The Bulldogs have it now. Battlefield hasn't gotten a single shot on the power play. That could change here with Jason Brady. Brady steps around, fires a shot. Isaacson made the save. Chacon plays it down low. Jacobson all the way around. I don't know why Nikolai was not there yet. He was late to get there. Getz with 3:05 to work in regulation and Battlefield season. This one played to nobody. And again, just very questionable play. Battlefield has just 9 shots here on the day. Under 3 minutes to go. 30 seconds on the power play. Up the ice, Chernitsky puts one on goal. Isaacson made the save. Chernitsky wanted a rebound, none being given to him. 2:44 to go in what's most definitely going to be Battlefield season unless something changes on a dime here. Now, I will say, the Bulldogs, who have been rolling all night, scored 2 goals in about 25 seconds. Now, a span of that for Battlefield, and right now Coach Ramos wants a timeout. A span of that sorts would be very helpful for the Bobcats, who Trail by 3, a goal 50 seconds into the game, gave Battlefield a 1-0 lead. And since then, it's just been all Stonebridge. A very confused game, if you will, right now. I mean, just not what we expected to watch at all. Stonebridge has come to play, and it's been very obvious. They have 46 shots to the Battlefield 10. They've only taken 2 penalties. They've been disciplined. Battlefield, on the other hand, has not. They've had 5, 1 game misconduct, 2 power play goals given up for the Bobcats. Just a lot of things to touch on and harp on here that have ultimately cost themselves here, and it could be a lot worse. But Bella Gold has done her job of standing on her head to keep her team in it right now. Well, for the most part of the contest, as it was 1-1 nearing the later stages of the second period. Stonebridge was able to tally 2 goals in about 25 seconds from Jonathan Reers, and Hanny, with the help of Michael Miranda, getting 1 as well. So just a lot of confusion. So let's see if Bella goes to the bench here. Gold will go back out to her net. So once again, guys, regardless of the outcome, we want to thank you for tuning in. This officially, most likely, will wrap up any winter sport we have to bring you. And in about 2 weeks, we will have, and we're getting another quick stoppage. Not really sure why, but in about 2 weeks, we're going to have all the spring games for you. Make sure you have your NFHS Network subscription so you can watch them live when they happen. And for games that do not have NFHS, as in the school doesn't have the software, you better believe that we're going to YouTube it for you guys so you guys can watch. Gold's now coming to the bench, so that's what I thought was going to happen as Bella is making her way there. Battlefield will have an extra attacker out for an opportunity here. Reese Getz knocked it down. Up to the top. Trinitsky wrist one's on goal. It didn't get through. Stonebridge now with an empty net looming. Wagner sends it right back in. Battlefield is offside. 2.5 to go. Getz settles it. Spins off. Got our camera confused. Trinitsky back to Reese. Battlefield needs to quickly get something going. Wagner, as it was sent in for him. Stolen by, and that one actually got chipped on by the Bulldogs into their own goaltender, but Isaacson was ready. 2:14 to go in regulation. Battlefield trying to get anything now, so we're back to 5-on-5. The Bobcats still have their net empty. Peyton Ramos in the draw with 6 guys in white out there for Battlefield. Faceoff's tied up, picked up by Wagner. His shot goes off the outside of the goal. Trinitsky trying to get there. Nikolai cannot keep it in. And just a very disappointed outcome here, to say the least. Win across the ice. Trinitsky will get there for Battlefield. Off the side of the boards, could not be retained by Jack Wagner. Chipped off the boards, it actually hit off the official. Battlefield got some help. Losing it at center, retained now by Sean Hoffman. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Hoffman around the outside. Ramos hit off the skates of Jacobson. Sean Hoffman now on his backhand feed looking for Chernitsky. This one's played off the boards and out. Getz will regroup for Battlefield. Connor Frazier hops over the boards. Quickly extended Jack Wagner. Stolen by the Bulldogs. A wrister didn't go through. Chernitsky, the last line of defense for Battlefield, gets it up. The Bobcats lost it. Thorne backhands it in. Jason Brady will chase it in. Chipped up the boards, Connor Frazier. Skates it up for Battlefield. He was able to get it now below the goal. Frazier centers it. Hoffman was there in the area for Battlefield. This one goes on around. Brady, the only guy back, as well as Chernitsky now. A feed here. Coming across center ice, getting knocked down was Wagner. Picked up by Chris Shannon. Shannon puts one off to behind the net. Runs into his own man. The Bulldogs will hoist it out. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Battlefield needing 3. A blast on the way, didn't get through. This one chases Frazier out. 30 seconds to go in Battlefield season, unfortunately. Frazier couldn't get it by the last line of Stonebridge. 25 seconds left. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here in the playoffs. Brandon Brooks, the injured player, cashes in as he comes back and nets one. There's actually 16 seconds to go. Brandon Brooks puts the icing on the cake here. It'll be the Stonebridge Bulldogs knocking off the Bobcats as they went off for 5 unanswered after Brady lit the lamp 50 seconds in. So a very disappointing outcome here for Battlefield, as their season will end prematurely than most thought. And these Bulldogs are a force to be reckoned with. A 7-2 win against McLean, and a 5-1 win most likely here against Battlefield, as they put up 47 shots. Wagner lost his footing. Battlefield just has looked like all sorts of wreck as this one goes out. 8 seconds to go. And just a really tough outcome to witness here today, and we want to thank you guys all for staying in the booth with us to the very end. This one hoisted out by Reese Getz. One last blast on goal. That's a save, and that's it. The Stonebridge Bulldogs are going to move on, and the Bobcats showing their support there for Bella Gold, who kept them in this game for the majority. And Battlefield's season will end. The guys showing their support for Bella there, obviously. She was the first star of the game. The sophomore kept her team in it. A very tough loss for Battlefield to suffer tonight. They just did not look like themselves. So the teams will shake hands here, but that's it. From Ashburn, a tough one to watch. But the Bulldogs get it done against Battlefield. That's it from us in the broadcast booth. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, as it was myself, Matt Venezia, on the crew tonight, guys, bringing it to you. A pretty large crowd here, mostly parents and stuff, but a good amount of kids here to support their Bobcats. But it's the Bulldogs 5 and your Bobcats 1 as the season has ended. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night, and we will see you in the spring season on the Battlefield Sports Network.